Happy Cinco de Mayo, and why in the United States we celebrate Mexicans' victory over the French, I don't know, but we do. And I don't really care because we got a free Dr. Pepper and a free Butterfinger. Hello, welcome to Convict Inc. I'm your host, Robert Rosso. As it says, the title of this says, I'm still in Cimarron, in Cushing, Oklahoma, Cimarron Detention Facility, Cimarron Correctional Facility. And a couple of days ago, I met just an awesome kid. He's 36 years old, who is a Chinese national. Now, I talk about this specifically because of all the hype that you see on TV. And actually, starting when I was in rehab in September, I started hearing from one of the counselors who's a Newsmax Fox watcher of that's digester of news, consumer of news, that's the right word, consumer of news, and that's his only sources, I do believe. But anyway, really passionate about the fact that there's 40,000 or 100,000 illegal Chinese that have crossed the border of quote, military-age men, close quote. And that's really what caused me to talk about this, but there's way more. So I'm not even going to try to butcher this poor guy's name, but let's just call him Lee. That's what he goes by. 36 years old, from China. He has been in this country approximately 2 years. This is what he had to say. So he did come the illegal way, and this is what he's explaining, and it makes total sense. Number one, when you talk about 100,000 Chinese men of military age, that's designed to make us hate the Chinese more. That's fear-mongering at its finest. Now, let's assume that they are 100,000 illegal Chinese in this country of military age. I'll buy that 100%. Why would they need to be here illegally when they can get visas so easily? It's not hard to get a visa over here. And as he explained it to me, what the Communist Party does is they send them over here, and it's not about invasion, so they can take over militarily or grab a bunch of guns and start militias to take us out from within. What they do is they send people over here to gather information and sponge off our information and then bring it back home so they can use it for economic reasons, for development reasons. That's what they're doing. That's what's going on. And everybody, I'm not breaking news by saying this. This is well-established fact. But what is something to really pay attention to is the fact that the reason that they're coming over illegally is that most are seeking amnesty because they're in trouble with the Communist Party. This guy, for example, is all about Hong Kong independence. I believe he's from that area, province, or whatever it's called over there. And in 1997, Hong Kong returned to China. I don't know if you guys know much about it, but the English, the British had it for 100 years, I believe. Like Taiwan, Taiwan is it's an independent state. It's an island. It's an independent country. It's an island off the coast of China. And the deal with Taiwan, he believes for sure China's going to take it. And real quick, I don't know if many people, we get this kind of information over here. The reason Taiwan is so important is because it's deep water. The deep water aspect of it off the coast of China where Taiwan faces, so between the coast of China and Taiwan, that's really shallow water, and they're big military ships. Big ships cannot go in there. So strategically, China needs Taiwan for bigger military operations, like we need Hawaii. It's like it's the same exact things America need Hawaii. But let me go back to the border issue. This is what they do. They get a ticket, some of them round trip, whatever. Most of them do not go straight into Mexico. For whatever reason, they go into places, Brazil, the Amazon. I don't quote me on Brazil, but they go in countries lower, and they actually walk up in those caravans, and they usually know when the caravans are going. A lot of them will go through jungles, walk for miles, and he saw no reason in that. Lee flew into Cancun, and from Cancun flew right to the Tijuana border. And I want you guys to get this. Everybody to really, really hear this. He simply walked across the border in Tijuana. He just found the nearest, right by the booth, the toll booth that's open, and just ran. And guess what? The ICE agents were, quote, so nice to me. When he said it and the way he explained it, they didn't have any problems. The only thing he said is he requested immediate amnesty because the Chinese party wants to, quote, make him disappear, close quote. So they literally know what to do. They know when the migrations are coming, like Guatemala and lower, and they like to travel those caravans. They're not all coming. Look, this is one person. As somebody who has done journalism before, you typically have to quote at least 2 sources, preferably 3. This is one guy, but I'm going to tell you, I know people. From being in prison, I know body language. And I'll get into that in my next clip, by the way, about being lied to by federal agents, probation officers. But anyway, this guy is as honest as a day is long. He was a graphic arts designer. He was an artist. He is an artist. He came to the United States. He has some friends here, yes, of military-age men who are here illegally, again, over the Hong Kong independence movement. We don't know that there's such a thing, but there actually is. The people of Hong Kong, there were some that didn't want to go back to China. And when he learned this at a younger age, on the internet accidentally, like a lot of students do, they lose their mind. Like these idiots that are losing their mind over Hamas that don't even realize that Hamas would whack them the second they went over there, especially these LGBTQ ones that are on TV freaking out. So he kind of did probably one of those young skulls full of mush issues. And that's probably what got him in trouble. He had to leave, and his family was in agreement. What he explained about China is economically it's really good. He said that he loves the United States, that a lot of Chinese people are envious of the United States. In China, you better not speak out against the Communist Party. If you don't write anything bad about them, you don't talk in public about them, because you will disappear and you will go to a re-education camp. If not, it will disappear you forever, is how he put the words. Speaks very broken English, only learned English in this last year, and while he was sitting in a county jail in Oklahoma. Now, why was he in Oklahoma? He went originally to Chino Hills, where I think he said he had 5 or 6 friends, and in Chino Hills, California, and they got jobs at pot farms. A lot of them worked pot farms, legal pot farms. Then they went to Oklahoma, and in Oklahoma, which is also legal growing, what happened was the farm he worked for was growing in Oklahoma like they can, and then he would package it. He'd make $7,000 a month packaging, 5 days a week, and those packages were going to New York. His boss was making $20,000 a week, and the ones above that made even more. So the operation was huge. He got hit for a conspiracy. He had no clue whatsoever that it was even illegal what he was doing. As a matter of fact, what he was afraid of is committing crime, because he was there. They watch American movies. They see American prisons. He's talking about how this is nothing like the prisons. Going back to the fact about the military men that we're all being fear-mongered about, these people are terrified of us. They watch our movies, the gun, they watch the news and see school shootings, and he even made a comment, do you think that we're going to come over here and shoot all Americans have a gun when they're born, they have guns? He thought it was like we get the birth certificate and the gun placed right next to us. That's like the image he has of us. And to think that 100,000 are going to come over here that think that Americans are born with guns, or guns come out of the womb, that's more, is just far-fetched. So Fox News and the news on the right, and I've even seen it on CNN about the military-age men, believe it or not. The fear-mongering is over-exaggerated. I might as well add here that I have a new Nigerian friend who lives in Fort Smith, Arkansas, and who is in the banking industry, and I laugh because I know that U.S. probation down there probably still listens to SWAT. Anyway, and he just beat a big case down there. what this team of Nigerians did, and he actually is getting out. I'm with this cousin, and I've talked to him now, and I can't help but laugh. Primo, I'm going to get you, buddy. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to get $1 million loan, and I'm going to take care of you from the Nigerians. So that's an inside joke to a few people that know what I'm talking about. Some other ones might not. But anyway, yeah, I just want to talk. I'm telling you guys, I'm really tired of prison. I'm really tired of the same fucking stories. I really am. I'm so tired of bitches and hoe stories. I'm so tired of dope dealing stories. I just want to hang myself sometimes. And when you meet people like this kid, and you meet people like even Nigeria, it was almost equivalent to meeting. I think it's actually better than meeting Bernie Madoff, because it's Bernie Madoff that's actually, and I hate to say it, kind of dumb when it came to any kind of current events or politics. You couldn't have those kind of conversations with him. He knew nothing. This one is just like I'm like absorbing everything he says because he's traveled too. And it's just refreshing. And the Nigerian, Jesus Christ, I mean, yeah, they're scam artist son of a bitches, but I mean, they know legal things to do. And no, I'm not getting sucked up in it. I made a joke about it. Yes, I can actually get a job with a cousin at a big medical supply company. But anyway, that's a different story. Yeah, I'll leave that alone for now. Anyway, that's about it. I just wanted a little bit something different. We don't hear from Chinese nationals who cross the illegal U.S. border. I'm pretty sure I just did everything he said justice, because I've really been talking to him for 2 days. I'm trying to think of anything else that Americans think about China. Chinese do believe that their military is a big paper tiger compared to ours. They know that they have some bigger ships. They think that their military are very timid compared to what ours. They have our military down as just being brutal, savagely, will like maybe eat them, like, you know, for like a snack if they catch them. They really do. I was really surprised by this, and he has family in military, and the military, they have a lot of them, but the Chinese people in general kind of snicker about their military being like lame. That's something that I never would have heard or never would have thought about. Doesn't mean they don't have advances in technology. They're aware of it. There's very few people that really look forward to any kind of a war against China and the United States. They think that our countries both do this for bluster, and especially America does it for political reasons. That's what the Chinese think. But yeah, as far as the crossing that border, it's wide open knowledge. It's wide open knowledge. They follow the caravans that come up. When the caravans start going from Guatemala up there, they're in with them, because that's the easiest access. But well, that's what they believe. But he just went ahead and went for it. And when he ran, I think, as a matter of fact, I think it was one of the toll booth areas. He said there was other people doing it. He said it was just like crowds of people just running through. And then when the ICE people caught him, they were just so nice. ICE is so nice.
You have 1 minute remaining.
So that's our border, people. Why do we have a fentanyl crisis? Duh. Because they're so nice. Because ICE is so nice. You know. Anyway, take care. Bye-bye.